Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So when I read these Access Media articles about The Last of Us Part 2, I realize that the leaker did a hero's work here, quite honestly. And I cannot thank him enough for basically exposing the worst part of this game. And I also cannot help but think this has to be someone who is in Naughty Dog, who is working for them, or at least has worked for them, and has some way of getting into their data and exposing those things. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Leaker, and I hope you the best in your life. Alright, so here is an article in IndieWire.com, and it is entitled Neil Druckmann and Haley Gross open up about the biggest twists of The Last of Us Part 2. So there is one thing that is the opening statement of this article is that you need to pledge your loyalty to Neil Druckmann and to Sony and to Naughty Dog, and to stroke and suck their capsules so that they give you this opportunity to talk about this game and they give you some insight about the development of this game. So here is this opening statement where this shill is alleging his loyalty to Naughty Dog, Neil Druckmann and Sony. He says that comparison, he speaks about comparison between The Last Jedi and this video game, Last of Us Part 2. That comparison isn't only apt because writer-director Neil Druckmann and co-writer narrative-led Haley Gross have triggered the most toxic pockets of their fandom. Okay, so look at this sentence very well. If you want to allege your loyalty, if you want to suck a capsule from Neil Druckmann, you need to tell him that the fans are toxic and you need to call fans every name in the book. The most coward way to say, yeah, I am a shill, carries on by daring to make a game that actually reflects the wide spectrum of people who play it. They've created a bold, and bold. Please just go and revise your grammar before writing an article. God damn it. I'm not even a native English speaker and I can see this from miles away. Please just go revise your lessons before starting to write articles to make sense. They have created a bold, astonishing pop masterpiece, wow, on the largest possible scale. Stunning and brave, 10 out of 10. Yeah, whatever. Let's just move on because this is really sickening me. Okay, so this shill asks a question. Why have players control Abby for a bit in Jackson before Joel's murder? Okay, and here we have the answer. Wow. The answer that is written by probably someone who has never written a story, or probably has written a story and it went well and thought that they are really talented. So Haley Gross says, we wanted the opportunity to build empathy from the start, and the most effective way we can do it is to have you walking in her shoes, blah 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 blah. Okay, so how can you build empathy with Abby? Make her take a golf club and kill Joel in the most disrespectful, disingenuous way. Long story short. And then the shill asks, many players and most parents, probably you aren't a parent, so that's why you would never understand, might have understood Joel's decision at the end of the first game, which means to save Ellie and to end those doctors. That's very natural to come from a parent who wants to defend their children. If you're a parent, you will understand that, but if you're not, and if you're just a shill and a cuck, it's very hard to understand that. But The Last of Us Part 2 finds that Ellie herself is struggling to make sense of it. It seems like she doesn't get all the way there until the fight with Abby in Santa Barbara. Ellie is just a small girl. She's just understanding the world. You see what I mean? So she's not that mature as Joel. So that's why she wouldn't understand Joel, because she's not a mother herself. So Druckmann answers, Joel has made this decision for Ellie and now she has to deal with the consequences of that choice. Means you strip her of everything she has, her father figure, her friend or girlfriend Dina, Tommy, etc. But again, I'm not putting a judgment on it because we do what we feel is right. Yeah, you do what you think is right. That's why your story sucks, because you don't understand the audience that your game should be for. You need us, Neil Druckmann. It's not that we need you. You need our money and you make a game for us. It's not for your distorted ego. He carries on, and for Joel, the decision to choose Ellie over the vaccine was pretty consistent with his character. He's the same guy from the prologue of the first game, when he refuses to pick up another family as he and Sarah are driving out of Austin. All the way to the end, he's willing to do whatever it takes to protect his tribe. So you see that Neil Druckmann understands very well who Joel is, and very consciously goes out of his way to destroy all of that just to put Joel in this situation to be murdered and tortured with a golf club. So do you think that Joel would have helped Abby, where he just, as he said here, doesn't pick up anyone on the way, doesn't care about anyone, because it's the right choice to do when you are in a world where you don't know who is the enemy and who is the friend. But yeah, Neil Druckmann didn't find any other way but just to put Joel in this situation where he is so dumb, where he goes with those total strangers and then they just end up killing him. Yeah, stunning and brave, 10 out of 10. And then Gross says this whole game is about the consequences of the choices that we make. But I don't see Abby suffering any consequence of the things that she made. She just cold-bloodedly murdered someone who saved her life on multiple occasions. And she is depicted as someone who lives her life quite easily, no repercussions, no PTSD, nothing at all. She just feels totally fine. She is good, she helps animals, etc., etc. Whereas you put Ellie as the villain, she kills dogs, etc., etc. But even that dog thing, I don't really care. If you go to China, you will see that there is this really bad thing about dogs, where they kill them and they eat them. So if you want us to feel bad about dogs, we'd rather feel bad about those dogs who got killed and get eaten in China rather than this game. It just doesn't make any sense. And you want people to feel bad about dogs and not feel bad about people. Like, what the fuck does that actually make? Whatever. These people are just out of touch. They don't even understand what the game is about. They're making a plot for a game, but they don't understand anything about it. Or they probably know very well what the game is about, but they want just to deconstruct anything good and anything fun about it, and then, yeah, make something that they think is going to work. Good for you, because it's not going to work, I assure you. And then the last part of this thing, which is about the ending and how it would have been and how it was changed. So Neil Druckmann here says, also I should say that for more than 50% of the production, Ellie used to kill Abby at the end, which gave a whole different kind of feel to the ending, and then another character would have to stop the cycle of violence. So probably they were thinking like someone like Lev or Yara would kill Ellie. It's very, very possible with these people. And then he carries on, but at some point through our conversations about Yara and Lev, yeah, he is insinuating here. We came to the realization that it wasn't as honest to Ellie's character that way. Yeah, it isn't honest to Ellie's character to get revenge, but at the same time, she doesn't forgive someone who was mean to her and then went out of his way, gave her some sandwiches as a form of apology, and he said that he is sorry, etc. And then, yeah, she took the sandwiches quite reluctantly, gives them to Jesse and calls them bigot sandwiches. So she doesn't forgive that poor man, and she will forgive Abby for killing her father. These people are just out of touch. They just lost it. These people are really pathetic. Neil Druckmann says, deep down inside there is goodness there. Hopefully she can go forward and build her life. Yeah, there is goodness inside Ellie. That's very clear, because when she kills those motherfuckers that, by the way, deserve to be killed, and they were killed mostly in self-defense, so yeah, and they participated in the torture and killing of Joel, so there is again that. Yeah, there is goodness inside her because she feels bad about killing those motherfuckers. And then he says hopefully she can go forward and build her life. Okay, build her life. So Dina is no longer there, and then Tommy, we don't see him again, and the guitar, she can't play it. She lost Joel. You stripped her from everything that she has, and you're telling us how she can go forward and build her life. This sentence makes you feel like, yeah, it's someone else who is speaking about this game and not the person who wrote it seriously. And then the last thing this shill asks about is probably too soon to discuss The Last of Us Part 3. Yeah, it's too soon and probably won't happen, in my opinion at least, but let us discuss. So Druckmann says that he's going to be vague about this. Understandably so. The Last of Us Part 2 is just out, and I think this game isn't going to sell as expected. And even if it sells a lot, Sony will think 100 times before making Last of Us Part 3, because everything in this game got just fucked up and destroyed by Neil Druckmann and this gross writer. What is there left to talk about and to write about Last of Us Part 3? If you're going to go with Abby and Lev, you're already doomed. I can guarantee you that. No one wants to play with Abby, and no one would play with Abby in the future. If you want to go with Ellie, what are you going to do with Ellie? Are you going to say, yeah, she's going to get revenge? Doesn't make any sense. The damage is already done, and it is irreparable. You cannot fix anything with this game because you just totally destroyed it, and you can't get anything from the ashes of this game. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more, tell your opinions in the comments down below, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good one.